They were horrible. They seemed like they were the end. They seemed like they were a final nail in the coffin, but they weren't. You're the rock. Be cool. Be calm. You don't have to put your stresses onto everyone else. All right, so how do you deal with your issues as a man? This is going to be an unpopular video because it goes against everything we're being told right now, but here's how to do it. 1, don't put your stresses onto other people in your life. You don't have to talk about your problems, your fears, your worries. This is a myth. You are the rock, you are the shoulder. You are not the complainer, the whiner, whatever. So that means acting as cool as a cucumber, acting like nothing's wrong, being calm, being present, being peaceful. The thing about problems and issues and stresses and worries are that when you shine a light on them, often that brings them or gives them oxygen. That gives them stuff to breathe, and that makes them grow, and that makes them feel like they're everything. But in reality, when we look above at our issues, when we look at our issues from the future, from the past, from different periods of time, they are small. All of the issues I've been through in the past, all the problems I've had, in hindsight, they're just a part of life. They were horrible. They seemed like they were the end. They seemed like they were a final nail in the coffin, but they weren't. They ended up being beneficial lessons. So when you're going through problems, you don't have to tell everyone about it. You're the rock. Be cool. Be calm. You don't have to put your stresses onto everyone else. And what you realize is that these worries and fears don't demand this much thought and attention. They are simply problems to solve, and all problems can be soluble or solvable. Now, to counteract that point, treat them like problems you're trying to solve. Get other people's opinions. Get people's opinions that are more believable than you, in that they might have more knowledge than you about the situation or about how to solve a situation like this, and they might have a better perspective. Don't bring emotion into bringing these things up though. Don't say, oh man, this is so tough. I don't know if we're gonna figure this out. I don't know how this is gonna go, blah, blah, blah. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't have pity for yourself. That's a fucking weak way of thinking. And it just, again, adds oxygen to the emotions you're feeling about the problem, and it's not optimal. Be calm, be peaceful, treat it like a math equation. You can ask people their perspective or what they would do about the problem, but treat it like an equation. Treat it like a problem you're trying to solve. That is it. You are not talking about how you're feeling. You're not talking about your emotions or how stressful you are. That's not the role of the man. Especially when you meet the right woman, you realize that you are there to be the rock. You are there to be calm. You are there to be confident. You are there to provide, protect, and take care of her and your kids and your family and so forth. They don't need your stress. I remember my old man growing up. You could sometimes tell when he was worried about something, but almost always not. It's like nothing really worried about him. And he's a smart guy. He has faith, a strong belief in God. I think that is very powerful to have at your back when you understand that there's a higher power. The problems kinda, they're gonna be taken care of. And when you don't need that. But when you look at your life as a whole, when you look at all the problems you've faced and you realize that you've come out of all of them on top, or you've come out of all of them and you've survived no matter how bad they were. And we've all had absolute shit in our lives, but we've all come out of it. And so you just have to apply that to your life right now. And you have to understand that you're going to come out of it on top. And that you have to understand that if you act calm, cool, and in the present, you are going to make better decisions. So again, this goes against everything that's being talked about these days about how men need to talk more, how men need to share their feelings. What you end up with is victimhood. When we talk about our feelings and emotions, we end up victimizing ourselves in our own minds, and just as bad, if not worse, we victimize ourselves in the minds of those we love and care about. If they see you as a victim, that's a fucking horrible way to live. That's a horrible way to set up a relationship. They can't see you as a victim, and man, you cannot see yourself as a victim. Don't give these issues and feelings oxygen by talking about your issues and feelings. Solve the problems. Have faith that everything is going to work out, that you have the potential and the capacity to solve these problems, because you do. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in your life. One of my favorite quotes or ideas is that I asked for strength and God gave me struggle to develop strength. Whatever you're going through right now, this is in your life, if you choose to see it as such, as a teachable moment, as a defining moment, and as a strengthening moment. You're here to get attributes that you don't yet have. So if I'm going through a shit situation, my tendency might be to talk about it. My tendency might be to harp on it and focus on it and think it's the worst thing that has ever happened. And I have done that a lot in my life. And then you realize that it's all pointless, that you didn't have to put yourself through this hell, that you could just detach your emotions. You could see it as a problem that you got to solve. You can man up, be calm, be strong, be a leader, because you know everything's going to work out. So just, you don't have to talk about everything. Deal with things logically, deal with things from a position of strength, and deal with things from a position of faith. If it's not faith in a higher power, it's faith in yourself. It's faith in the reality that everything's going to work out. Even when it doesn't, eventually it does. Hopefully that helps. Take care.